Good morning and welcome back Trinidad and Tobago. We're having such a wonderful time on set this morning. I'm really excited about this interview. It's a topic that has been dear to my heart for several years now. This morning we'll be chatting with Mr. Stephen Samson, aka Shine's Story. He's a vlogger, storyteller, former host. The list goes on. He recently would have been working on a local show that is based in and on family life in Laventille, and he's here to tell us all about it. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, sweetheart.
It's a pleasure to have you on this morning. So let's talk a little bit about yourself before we get into the actual show. Is it your first time producing a show?
No, this is not my first time. I did other shows before. Back in the days, I used to do a show called Real Talk. I was the host where we used to talk to artists and find out what is going on in the music industry in Trinidad, where they could put their point of view on how they feel about what's really going on. But things changed between that time and now.
Wonderful. So your focus has been, in the most recent times, it has been on family life in Laventille.
Exactly.
The side we don't really see.
Exactly.
What made you decide to get into this?
Wow. Well, one day, it had a Jackyard concert in Laventille, and I decided, let me go and see what's really going on. And on my way there, I was saying love in the house. And I was asking myself, why was I saying this? But I didn't know at the time it was a saying I used to hear when I was small, but I don't hear it no more. And I decided to start to use this. And from that, I went on and started, I do the Jackyard. Then I started to deal with my family. I said, you know what, let me show the world how my family live in Laventille, a place that they say have so much of stigma. I'll show the world the positive side of Laventille, what I do with my family, and the positive things that happen in Laventille that the world will get to see.
Wow. So you've been born and bred in Laventille.
Born and bred.
Based on the fact that a lot of stigma, as you mentioned, a lot of stigma is thrown at you. You're constantly faced with a lot of negatives. How have you been able to deal with that, and how has it impacted you?
Well, first of all, I'd say God. God gave me the strength to do this, and my family gave me the strength to continue doing it. So that inspired me a lot to continue doing what I do. So the negative parts, it is there. I'm not going to deny it. It is there, but I refrain myself from it. I try my best to stay far from it. I have friends who live that life, but when they see me, I come with a smile. The energy you give to people is what they give back to you. So I always try to be with a positive energy. If I don't feel up to today, I stay to myself, I stay in my house, so I would not give nobody no negative energy.
What has been your experience? For instance, if you go out for a job, at a job interview, or you tell someone, I'm from Laventille, what sort of reaction they normally?
Well, from day one, I always wanted to work for myself. So, like, going and look for a job, I wouldn't say, like, I have much experience going and look for a job, because usually I always try to work for myself. Before, like a year or 2 years before, I was a professional nail tech.
A professional nail tech. So now you're into storytelling.
Exactly.
You're also a vlogger.
Yes.
What do you write about?
The same thing, what goes on in Laventille, the life we live and staying positive, that is my story.
Wonderful. So let's talk a little bit about that. The side that we don't really see. What is that side all about?
Well, boy, to start off, I think you need to go to Shine Story on YouTube to get the, because I can't explain everything. That is wow, I don't know, boy. It's like a slice of heaven, but nobody doesn't know about that. Because when people in Laventille are having a good time, they are having a good time. And I focus on the youths, like the little children. I like to see children happy. Once they're happy, I am happy inside. And I would like the world to see more of this.
When did you start writing Shine Story?
Well, actually, I started a long time ago, right? But it's really now I started to get into telling the story to the world.
Wow, so we're seeing some clips of that story right now.
Oh, yeah, this is me walking through where I live. Well, I have, this is a friend who came from the States. I walk her through the quarry to see Port of Spain from this angle. But this story is actually me and my kids going to a spring, a hidden spring in Laventille where nobody knows about.
That sounds so amazing. What about your children? How do they face or deal with the negatives that are hurled at them?
Well, they know about it, but I try to keep them so focused that they don't have time to sit down and study it. You know, my son do karate, my daughter play netball, and all of these things are going on in my community. So it's not like they have to go out of Laventille to do these things. They do it right in the community. So they mingle with everybody normal. It's just love. It's just love.
How long is that story?
This one that we just saw,
Yes.
about 5 minutes. I try not to go over the 10-minute mark.
What would have gone into actually putting it together? A lot of editing and that
Well,
sort
I
of
do my own editing, my own shooting. I do everything. It's just me and my family. I don't have no sponsors, nobody on board. So I just love it too. So if I shoot today, time we go to sleep tonight, I done edit.
Whoa, that's pretty quick.
Because well, I shoot how I see. I shoot as a camera and an editor in one. So I wouldn't shoot unnecessary footage. I just shoot what I need, put it together, and that is it.
So, where did you train to do all of this? Where did you
Home.
learn to do?
Home.
So you have a computer system, everything
Yeah,
at home.
Before we had internet in my house, I was just behind the computer, night into day, like a week passed, and I didn't even know a week passed. I was like, what? A week passed? I just trying to learn what I can learn.
So when people look at this video, what do you hope they achieve?
Well, I hope my people in Laventille see it and start to feed off it, probably put the positive in their home, put the love in their house, because it all starts at home, right? Everything starts at home. So I hoping that the parents could see this and I'm like, you know what? I think I should spend more time with my kids. The fathers could say, you know, let me take my son out, let me take my kids out on a Sunday, do something special, because the majority of my shows, we really shoot on a Sunday, because that's the time the kids home and we have time to go to the beach, go to the park, visit other family members, you know, spend time with your kids, because the kids is the future. And if we don't guide them, we can't wait for somebody their age to guide them. That is where the whole thing is getting mixed up and get haywire. So we need to guide them from now.
Is family life, the importance of family life, something that you wished to highlight in that? Because I saw that you were taking your kids, as you mentioned, to Hidden Spring.
Yeah, but yeah, that's one of the things I would like to highlight, and the positive side of Laventille is the other thing I would like to highlight.
What are some of the other positive things in Laventille that we do hear about?
I think you have to come and see, you know, because me explaining to you would be kind of like, oh, he could be making up.
Not
this
at
thing,
all.
right?
Break it down for us. Give us a few things.
We
just
have
a couple.
all right. For instance, the other day, a guy named Passe, he had died, and he was a good person in the community, right? When I say good, he used to play basketball, hang out with everybody, talk to everybody. And when he had died, they had a wake for him, and that wake went on for like 3-4 days. And when I say week, it wasn't a week like you go and everybody's sad. They keep it on the basketball court because he was a basketballer, and it went on for days. Everybody was enjoying themselves, nobody fussing, nobody fighting. Plus we have other activities that goes on like basketball, football for the kids. Then we have some little classes going on for parents who want to learn how to do other things with their hands in the meantime, like cooking and all these things that goes on in Laventille.
So what response have you been getting from this story, especially from those who would have seen it?
Well, nice question. You see, this week was my most, I think this week was my most thankful week in posting, because that same video I just put, we saw that, I got 600 and something views in 2 days. Never happened before. That never happened to me before. And I was real proud of myself and real amazed. My kids and them was happy, so I know I'm doing something good.
Have your friends or neighbors, community members been able to see it, and what did they tell you?
Yeah, well, my people are around, they support me. They support me because anyway I pull up, when people see me pull up and my camera in my hand, like, yay, shines, thing, or the porn, or the Jay-Z, thing, no cigarette smoking, because they don't know what I want to come and capture and what I want to show the world. So I just get love from everybody in Laventille. I'm not the most popular person in Laventille, but I'm known. So I get support from everybody, and I'm thankful.
So you were the host of Real Talk.
Real Talk DVD magazine.
What is that all about?
Well, more focus on the artists and what they have to say. We try to get out of them, at the time we try to get from them what they wouldn't give to other media houses. Right? The reality of their life and what they see the industry as. At the point of time, that is what we was focusing on.
Okay, so let's talk about yourself as a father figure, and possibly even a role model in your community, because there it is, you're trying, you have your little equipment, you're working on your pieces, trying to make a difference in the community. But then there's this stigma of crime. And on our show for the past couple of weeks, we've been talking about family life and an attack on the family unit and how this is leading our young ones astray because perhaps they don't have role models.
Right.
Do you think that is true?
I would say yes and no at the same time. It's according
Why?
to how it balance is in the home. Once you have somebody in the home to keep the kids stable and focused, that way you could keep them away from negative aspects or the crime or whatever there is negative.
So keeping kids on track, so you need supervision.
Exactly.
So do you think that part of the reason we have a lot of crime in our country, it's because the kids don't have supervision?
Yes, I would say so.
Would you say that's also the case in a lot of these communities that we call at-risk communities? Is it because parents they just don't have the time? Is it that they're busy out working, that they don't have the time to supervise these children?
Right, all of that, and hence come back to what I said before, is like if the parents could spend time with the kids, like, all right, you're out working whole week, Sunday, let's give the kid a little time, let them know, well, I care about you, I love you. Come, let's go to the zoo today. Next week we will go somewhere else. Just spend that little time. It don't have to be all the time in the world. If you can give them, because I do my best to give them all the time in the world. But I know some people have other things to do. I work at home. So when my kids come from school, I am there. When they leave, I am there. But it's not every parent work at home. Some go out, so they don't have that time to give. But probably on a Sunday, take them out, spend some time, sit down, watch a movie with them, explain the movie, break down the movie to them from your point of view. These kind of simple things.
Do you think that a lot of our young people, do you agree that a lot of our young people are being attracted to gangs in our country?
Yeah, from based on what they see on the internet. Yeah, it look interesting to them, but it don't last long. We all see that. We all see that life don't last long. So instead of waste your time on doing that, you should take your time and do something more positive or something that could benefit you in the near future.
What advice do you have to those looking on, living in at-risk communities, living with the stigma always hanging across, hanging over their shoulders? They're very down and depressed, thinking that life could never get better because anywhere I go, they hear I'm from this place or that place, they're not going to hire me. What advice do you have for them?
But first, to begin with, life will get better. It's all up to you. It's not where you from, it's where you at. Right? So just stay focused, pray a lot, thank God, and be thankful for small mercies. Because, all right, for example, you might say, I'm from Laventille, nobody ain't gonna think. But what about the person on the other side of the world who don't have a shirt on the back, a roof over their head, or something to eat when the day comes? What would you say about that person? They're more off than you. So you have to be thankful for small mercies. Stay positive, stay out of the negative, and just live and let live.
Wow, wonderful, well said. And where can we view Shine's story?
On YouTube, Shine Story. My name is Shines, Shinez. Story, Stoy, is one word. You can hashtag it, and I'm on every social media site.
Great. Closing comments. What would you like to say?
I just want to say to everybody in Trinidad, there is hope. Trinidad is a lovely country. Trinidad and Tobago is a lovely country. Let we keep it together, keep moving, push aside the negative. Let we focus more on God and the future and our lives. And I just want to say good morning to the whole of Laventille. I know everybody might be saying, why Shine's talking so proper? But I'm in a different environment right now, so love in the house.
Wonderful. It's such a pleasure meeting with you, Stephen
you, sweetheart.
Samson, a.k.a. Shines Story, vlogger, storyteller. He said you can find him on Facebook and any
YouTube,
social media
all over.
platform. So let's just take a minute of walking down Laventille Road. Stay tuned.
Right, for those who don't know who Shaq, there's this guy who just helped me with all the short stories I'm doing. He just help co-produce, he just help direct sometimes too. So we just go and take a little walk down Laventry Road, take a bath by the spring. I'm a son here with me now and he vlogging too. Watch it. Boy, say something now, boys. All the time. That will you and let go. All the time. Out in Fatima Chase, we just call here Brooklyn, and Laventry Lights Palace right behind me there. I just come and get my food in the night. So we're now gonna start the journey and head down Laventry.